Hello. So I'm here to run it back on some more No Time to Dilly Dally. Like I've been doing on the past runs, I am playing for nature, which I've already proven to be a good way to score points. It is currently number 1 on the leaderboard. However, it doesn't show. Okay, so 1, cheated score, can't get to Island 12 in 30 minutes. 2, my personal best is showing as 39,000 here because I was able to get a run that beat this world record. However, when I got to my 7th island, I didn't place a building, and for whatever reason that caused like a weird glitch where my personal best is different from the score that got submitted to the leaderboards. This is after post island bonus points. There was a score that was at 16,000 before that I've since beaten. That had that was like what was actually posted to the leaderboard. I don't want to just get, like, I don't want to just have this number here and say that I've got a personal best. I want to get every single one of these challenges where I'm at the top of the leaderboard, apart from any cheaters. So I'm going to keep running it back. And it, like, No Time to Dilly Dally isn't my favorite one to play. I prefer other challenges because I like the, like, more cerebral way to play Islanders of, like, thinking about all of your options. But it is a nice deviation from the regular. I am... Let me talk for a little bit longer before I keep playing the game. Last time I was playing, I had done a full session of like I think 5 hours straight. So like I was in the zone, I was locked in. I knew what I was doing, and I came off of the run. Like getting a bit more tired. So like I didn't put any more hours in that night, even though like I had the opportunity to. I'm gonna be resetting a lot more runs now because I no longer have that same like intuition built up, or like I'm not. I need to like warm up to the game a bit, if that makes sense. There we go, 30-second first island. So that's a good start. Before I would hit anywhere from 30 to 40 seconds for the first island. I felt a lot more fluid with my movements, probably just because I zoomed in, which I don't often do. Maybe I'll be able to use that on my second. No, I'm not gonna be able to use it on my second island for better runs than I had before, because I need a very specific set of buildings. Temple and guild hall are not within that specific set of buildings. So like, if you haven't seen the other videos, crazy that you haven't. I am playing just for Verdure, Mountain Shrine, Sauna, Fortune Teller, and maybe Cliff House if I come across it, because they are the most... Like, they're the buildings that will get me all of the nature interactions that, like, this build is predicated on. I think I might have messed up where... No, I do have more space for hot fields up there. That's good. We're taking a city pack just so that I can get, some more space down here used up properly. Four mansions. That's crazy. Okay. I think that was another 30-second island. It was feeling very smooth on the first couple placements that I had, and then as soon as I had to open up the lumber pack, my brain just fried. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just placing buildings down for 15 points per instead of having, like... I mean, the houses and the mansions I was still playing for 15 points per, but, like, I was able to play them in quick succession, one after another, so that really speeds things up. We're not worried about any of the islands or any of the modifiers right now. We're just worried about the buildings. I see Sauna, so that means that this run is viable. We can keep playing it. Taking Seaweed Farm packed a little bit earlier than what I would have wanted, but it's fine. I'm also going to get this Sauna down for some points right now. 20's enough. I just want to see a second Seaweed Farm before I place all of my seaweed fields around it. That would be nice. I'm assuming to get it here. There it is. Okay, and now we just go crazy here. Yes, there is better setups that I can do for this. No, I'm not going to do them. I will try to do them next time, though. It's just that in this run, I only need 400 points to make the next island, so I'm not that worried about where I'm placing buildings. You can go down over here. You can go down around here, I think, and then Masons just get to go wherever. Lighthouse can go down around here. Seaweed farm can pick up the fields from before, and then, yes, we are on to the next one. So then we check our boons. Rerolls great to pick up early, and we don't care about a neighborly. All right, last time we made it to Island 5, or not last time, but one of the times. I made it to Island 5 and not Island 6 as my final island, or like that's the one that I was running as my final island, and I didn't get as many points as when I ran it to Island 6. Probably because I didn't have the nature interactions from a mountain shrine, and also their high-scoring buildings. So, seeing Verdure this early is good. So I would like to run it back to Island 6. If I run it to Island 5, I like getting a few more of the post-game boons just to make sure that I can get, like, the exact boons that I want to my last level. But if I'm running it to Island 6, because I am running Island 5, that means that all of the boons that I collect on that level, like, I'm getting more of them. So I don't care about picking up the post-game boons. I know it's only an extra 100 points to get to it on that level, but still, I don't think, like, that 100 points is even worth it. Okay, Verdure I'm just throwing out randomly out in the sea because I don't want to have to worry about where it gets placed or why it gets placed the way that it does. So then they're basically just free buildings or free 12 points every time I click them. Then I can go with the seaweed fields here now that I've got my 2 farms. Close enough. Lighthouse can go down out here. Good enough again. We're going to stack up all of our lumberjacks so that I can place sawmills here for a lot of points. Those probably aren't going to be worth anything, those fields, just because I don't have any grass to play them on, or not a lot of grass to play them on. There's a lot of seaweed farms. I think I can get some from over here, scoring a lot of points. There's 1. There's 2. And then these guys can score off of the brickyards that I've already placed. Sand pits go down where the brickyards already are. Good enough. We've got a lot of shamans, and I don't exactly know where I should put them. There works. Here works. Okay. We've got a lot of fish out at sea, so I can just place these guys randomly out where I put all the fish from before. Should get me a lot of points. 1 triple pointer. Nice. There's a 20 pointer in there. And then we've got 3 plateaus to use. That's wild. Okay, let's grab our boons and go to the next island. I want to save a duplicate for later, and we want to save the level up for later. Okay, next. Whew, I'm not even checking the time, but these runs have felt good. I guess it didn't take me as long to, like, warm up to the game as I thought it was going to. Island 4. Fortune Teller. Perfect. Exactly what we want to see. Now we're just waiting on a mountain shrine, and I think that's all the buildings that I need. I don't need to be perfect with the placements. I always get a little bit too pedantic with trying to place verdures on earlier levels. They don't matter as much as they, like... There we go, that works. As much as I want them to, as much as I think they do. Go, that works. We can have our lumberjacks out here. Masons, I don't know exactly where they should go. I'll just place them down here for now. I guess there's no beach in this area. That's why I'm not, like, finding good spots for them. This is going to be a slower island than normal, but that's just because I don't know exactly what I should be doing with buildings, and I think that's because I got 3 sawmills. Not very good scoring points, I guess, until they were. And I did also mess up my seaweed farm locations. I should have went into photo mode here so that I can move my camera around freely. Let me just do that trick again. So this, because I'm paused, is not taking up any time. I could have looked for a better spot for my seaweed farms, like this brick right here, or this piece of stone right here. Anything that allows me to place seaweed fields behind the seaweed farms as well. But hey, we're gonna run with it. I've put myself into this mess, I'll find a way out of it. Farming pack will be good if I can get them. Yeah, beside the statue still. These guys, I guess they don't tag the brewery, but it's not the end of the world. These guys are worth the most because they're still taking all of the sawmills. Mason goes down anywhere for 9 points. Shaman, do I have any good spots for shamans? I guess here? Sure. Get 2 more seaweed farms down. More wheat fields. Sure, I can, okay. Let me pause for a second. Okay. So, last time I was talking about, like, hey, how did I get so many verdures? That's odd. I guess fantasy modifies the amount of verdures that you pick up. I guess because it is the first building, you get... I don't know if it gives you more of them because it's the first building, or if... No, there's no way that it... Yeah, it doesn't add more to the draw pool. It's got to be that, like, the draw pool for fantasy is specifically upped for verdures, which is something that I've never played around because it's not often that I play on fantasy. I do have a bunch of verdures that I could turn into trees, which could be better for, like, shamans if I were to blossom them, or, like, any other nature building. But I'm going for, like, a quick round here. I think I'm just going to plant a bunch of fish out here and then put a bunch of fishers beside it. So, like... There we go. And then 2 fishers. Let's do 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. Okay. Some more fishers. We'll just double up on the ones that we've already made. Pretty good. Quick, which is what I like about it. And we've got another verdure to be able to place down here, which means that I can get some more shamans in this area to score some points. Maybe. And then parks probably go down here. All right, now is the time to consider, do I want to rip a fortune teller? I'm about 2/3 of the way there. I think I'd do 1 more set of buildings, then I rip the fortune teller. What buildings am I going to use then? Because I don't know what buildings I want to use, I think I just rip the fortune teller now. And while it's scoring points, I look to see what I want it to do. That works. That works. Let's place 1 on this side. Not as many points as I thought. Let's stack up 2 masons in an area and put down some plateaus beside it. Sauna could be good beside a verdure down here. Sure, good enough. There. Hold on. I put all my lumberjacks up here. That's going to be out of range of a sauna, maybe, unless I put it on the rocks like this. Much better. Okay, that works. Parks are not going to be worth it up there. They are worth it down here, though. Okay, lighthouses should be able to score a lot. 36 points. Not great, not terrible. Okay, what do I want to do next for points? I'm almost done. I am now done. Okay, that's nice. What's the timer at? 22 minutes. On island 4, that means that I have 7 minutes to complete the next island. And I think that's like the usual amount of time that I have for a usual good amount of time. This is a good run. Not above average, not below average. I am now going to have to select all my boons. So here, duplicate. Oh, okay, I think I've mathed it out before where duplicate is worth... Okay, so no, I haven't mathed out duplicate yet. I've mathed out score mult, which is better. Duplicate is another 300 points, roughly, on a hermitage or a fortune teller. Hermitage. But a hermitage is also taking all of the trees that get +2 points for every, like, tree that it hits. So it is more worthwhile. It's, like, worth 400 points. 400 to 500, I would say, after all of the bonus point calculations, compared to, like... I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get too much into it. Let's just say that duplicate is worth around 400 to 500 points. Do I think a level up can be worth that amount? I would need to have an inversion of about 300 points, and then my score loop would be about 200 points that I'm hitting. Maybe a bit more than that. So like maybe a level up is, but a level up is also a lot harder to plan around than duplicate. So I'm going to be taking a level up here. I don't need a wall platform as badly. Don't need adaptable. Okay, Blossomer Replace. Replace does add more buildings for the fortune tellers. If I take cliff houses are ones that I can replace because I'm only focusing on a nature portion, like a nature section when I'm doing my last island. But if I'm forked between it and a duplicate, I'll get rid of Replace. Or forked between it and Blossom. Yeah, everything in my build is predicated off the Blossom. I have to take the Replace instead. And that's it. I can now go next. Okay, Island 5, we've got 7 minutes to get it done. We're hoping to see a ley line here. We don't. We have to use a reroll because Temple is terrible in the final build. Aviary is as well. I mean, it is only one building that I'm using, but it's not anything that's like working towards my build. I'm looking for a Mountain Shrine here. No Mountain Shrine, we have to go next. There's the Mountain Shrine, okay? Not that we have to go next, but it's really hard to hit a Mountain Shrine and a Fantasy Biome at the same time next time. Oh, I need a pause to be able to plan this out. So I'm seeing a lot of plants around here. If ever I were to get a wall platform or a terrace, which I do not have basic buildings for. I mean, I do have the basic wall platform building, but it comes so late that it might not like be here in time. If that makes sense. Like by the time that I pick it up, I might almost be done the island already. I could place a wall platform and then a mountain shrine here. If I look through my boons early, I know that I've already taken one add wall platform, but I haven't taken an add terrace yet. So I might get lucky enough to bink the add terrace and then place like two mountain shrines on top of it and collect all the points from these trees and then the verdures that I'm going to be slapping down beside the statue. It looks like this is going to be my green area, and it looks like parks are going to be my main scoring on this island. Okay, verdure first. That's fine. The more I worry about the starting decisions now, the less I have to worry about like park placements later. Where would I want to place my next one? Because like I've already placed everything beside the statue that I want to. I could maybe place some more over. It's gonna be really hard to show without a cursor. I could maybe place some here in this pocket. That could work. There's also no flowers up here, so I could place them on the like this shelf, I guess. Same with this shelf up here has the 4 flowers on that end, and then the couple down here, so it would be hard to get done. I think it's this shelf and down here are where I'm placing my next 2 verdures. Lumber pack is fine by me if we're placing all of these trees down. I'm fine that the lumber pack is going to get slightly less points because I'm going to be, or it's going to make my parks worth slightly less. That works, and we've got 1 more verdure. Fine, I'll eat the points from the flowers here so that I have really good lumberjacks. And I'll stack up all of my lumberjacks in one location so that my parks don't suffer as much as they normally would. Now, do I want to place my hop fields next to the statue? I know that they're an extra 4 points per, but like I need this space for parks. I could place them beside the lumberjacks here as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. No, hold on. Parks are good with hop fields. I should place some hops here, even if it gets rid of a couple of the trees, and then parks can go down along here or up top, tag the hop fields each for 2 points. So like this. That works. I know that last one didn't tag the statue. I'm not going to care too much about it. Now, I've got a brewery. I don't exactly want to place a brewery down here. Where could I place a brewery that makes sense? Maybe up in this crevice? That works. Okay, that gets me my next pack. Oh, what am I doing next? I could slap down masons in random locations, although I don't exactly want to do that. I like placing masons at each of these 4 corners. They're like perfectly spaced out. Plateaus and towers in the middle can do well, so we'll do that. Oh, is this one not able to be placed? Oh, that's crazy. Okay, let's get another one of you guys down. That's enough points to make it to the next round. 1, there we go. Okay, I've got 2 seaweed farms. I could look to push a bit further, because I think I have a few lumberjacks, right? Just sawmills. I think it's a bit risky to push for the next points on seaweed farms. Never mind, that's the perfect amount of points. If I don't get a seaweed farm here, then I'm going to be making, what is it, like, regardless of if I get the seaweed farm here or not, I'm going to be placing farms and fields to be able to get to the next round. So now I just want to decide where they go. This stone right here is looking like the best oh, this stone right here looks like a pretty good candidate. I'd place them further on. Hold on. If that stone right there was placeable, which I know it isn't, then I'd place it there. This one right here is actually looking like a pretty good spot. I wonder if that stone is placeable. I don't exactly want to take the time to check. I think this actually here is the best spot. It has the most space on its left and right, so that like my seaweed fields can go all the way up to the side while taking the farms in the middle. And we don't hit another seaweed farm. Happens. That's still 2 though. Now we've got 7 fields to go crazy on. Works. That works. Any more seaweed fields? No, just a bunch of wheat fields. Okay, so those are definitely going to go down beside the statue because they earn an extra 5 points per. Let me find it and also determine if that's something that I want to get rid of all of this park real estate for. I can place parks in other spots, or I can place parks around the wheat fields. Okay, seaweed fields and fountains, they go over here. Well, not the fountains, but the seaweed fields. Let's see what this boon is. Bargain or a duplicate. So bargain is the better duplication option. It sucks to have to get rid of one of them, but I have to line up Blossom next. I have to. So I have to take one of these guys. Now that we have duplicate, that is an option for us to duplicate one of our buildings. It'd be hard to get one of the buildings that we want duplicated because the mountain shrine on the left-hand side, one that I'd like consider, I'm not gonna be able to get rid of all of the other buildings to get down to it. Let's just see what our options are. We could continue playing masons in the middle. Right, we can't play them in the middle because of the weird statue outcropping, or the... I've never seen, like, caps on any of these guys before. I don't know how to describe it. The squares up top, because they're jutting out, it doesn't allow the masons to, like, get a foothold anywhere. They're usually played on, like, inclines compared to declines? Whatever you want to call it. I do have 3 mills to play against all of my fields, but that doesn't feel like a good use of them. I have shamans that I could play down here beside all of the flowers. I'm going to try going for 1 here, and then probably 1 tucked into this corner. Or actually, hold on. 1 right down here would be perfect, because even though it's only taking 3 flowers, all of its rays are going to be blocked. Or almost all of the rays are going to be blocked. There they are, 42 points. Yep. Yep. And then you up here, we're 34. That's great. Let's see what our next one is. Park. Good timing. Very good timing. Okay, I'm fine to place parks in between the hop field and the wheat fields here. Yep, 30-point parks. We've got 1 more lumberjack that could go down here. 18. That's enough to make it to the next round. Plateau, those would go in the center where all of our masons are. Let's finish placing any more masons that we can. I guess they fit there. Okay. Wheat fields and parks again. Sauna, that's going to hit all of the lumberjacks in all of my trees. That works. Towers, I know exactly where those are going to go. It's around all of the masons. We then have a bunch of parks to play down here. What am I playing next? Let's see what buildings I have. Fishers. I think I've got 3 seaweed fields. Let's get those guys down. Okay, this is losing me time. I should instead just go find where the seaweed farms are in photo mode. Yeah. I thought that it was behind, what is it, this set of islands in an outcropping here, but that's me misclicking. Fortune teller, we could rip that pretty soon. One more round. Huts. I guess I could place this here. Sure. They're quick buildings to place. Rough. That'll be enough to get me another 6 buildings. And yeah, I'll play the fortune teller now. Sonic can come from the other direction. Yeah, worth a lot more. Ooh, and because of the huts too. That's nice. Okay. We are 3/4 of the way there, 3/4 of the way there. And we've got 17 minutes left. I've got a minute left to finish this island. Another sauna is nice. Get it hitting all the lumberjacks from this direction. That works. Let's see if the mountain shrines can hit from where they are currently. Not really, but I'll take it. That one doesn't work. We're not going to place it. The Hermitage. I don't think I can fit that in anywhere, right? Yeah, if I had Shrink, then I'd make it. I'd manage. But for right now, nowhere. And I shouldn't keep looking. What else can I place? More wheat fields. Seaweed farm out here. Good enough. Alright, that's it. 15 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. It's only going to be 15 minutes, 30 seconds by the time we get to the end. We've got 2 rerolls. If we hit a tropical, we're fine. We're chilling. We don't need to worry about what building we're hitting. We can't even worry about what boon we're hitting because we don't have enough rerolls to make it there. I just have to line up a blossom now. There's the blossom. Okay, so I know that I just picked Advergere, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have taken, what is it? Blossom, Advergere. I guess I couldn't have known, because like what I would have wanted to do is take an Advergere first for more Vergers to be able to blossom. But if I take the Advergere there, my blossom might be so delayed that it like slows me down on the second round. I could have taken Blossom and then waited until I got my second boon and then tried to bank it on the second boon. And if I had any extra rerolls left over, I could have rerolled to be able to get down there. But I think with how few boons are left in the pack, I'm not going to do that anyways. I saw Bargain and Blossom here, so I think like we're down at like the bottom of the pack already. There might be like a Precious left behind. I don't think I remember picking up a Precious. Regardless, we've got a Blossom prepped. We're going on to our 6th island. We've got all of the nature buildings that we want. We just need to find a tropical. Temperate? It's a good second choice, but I don't want to make second choices. I want to do this challenge right and once. Don't make me do this game. God. It hurts so much because both of these are terrible because both of them have blossomed versions of trees. So like it isn't worth it to go to them. I could have taken the fantasy island just to see what it turned into. Okay, this island isn't that great. I just saw like verticality to it, and I know that I've been screwed over sometimes by not getting a very vertical last level. Alright, time to run it back. Another 15 minutes, well, more like 20 to 25 minutes of my life gone. Bad start with this beach here. So little sand to play on. God, it really just doesn't want me to win on this one. $40 on the first island, not that great, but with the bad brickyards and it not giving me a lot of hop fields when I first pick them up, not a great one. Or not great for speed. Mountain Shrine, one of the buildings we need. Let me pause. I just wanted to find where the statue is, and now I can see it's here. Getting 2 seaweed farms this early is great. Should set me up for the rest of the island. The mountain shrine's worth nothing. That's crazy. You really need to set them up with the blossom, otherwise they're not worth much. Alright, let's get... oh. Get on to the next island. That's a reset. I mean, I could chance getting the correct building that I need on the last island, but that's always rough, because like I needed to hit with the tropical at the same time, which just isn't happening. I want to get all of my required buildings before I make it to the end. In before somehow a tropical island never spawned on Island 6. Oh, another terrible island for sand. And we only get the 2 brewing, which isn't that great. Which isn't great at all, actually. Very bad first island, 45 seconds. It's the really vertical one with a statue in a spot that you can't get too many buildings around, and there was no sand to start me out there. Doesn't matter, we get a verdure at the beginning, so it's water under the bridge. Reroll early, that's great, and we don't really care about the ad statue. It would be nice to get more nature interactions later on, but it's not a necessity. Okay, so this is something that like it's not part of the build, but cliff houses score so well when you're placing them quickly that it allows you to get through the islands early, and getting that extra minute by the last island can be worthwhile in points. I'm fine to take cliff houses. Fine, it's not something that I explicitly want. Three seaweed fields? Seaweed farms? A fourth one? Okay, sure. I think I might be struggling with the cliff outs a bit too much on this island when I shouldn't be. I should be looking for quicker placements than this. I did also get 9 wheat fields on an area that I don't have a statue near them. Don't need shrink, don't need precious, don't need sustainable. Let's go next. I do see that I'm pretty close to getting the next boon, but again, I'm not worried about getting every single boon. I'm more worried about my time on the last island. Okay, we got a ley... It's a very bad island for a ley line, but like we can't play around a ley line perfectly, so like the bad ley line islands don't matter. It just matters that we get a ley line in this. This gets me extra sealed boons, which gets me a bit of an extra head start on the last island, which can be immense to get like a brewing pack first or a verdure first, or like so that I can think about placing those buildings first and more of them compared to I need to place 3 buildings, then open up a pack, see what my options are, and then place another 6 more buildings. I can just open up all my sealed boons and place 9 of them. And if I bank like a level up or a duplicate or a score vault or a blossom or an advergere on the sealed boons that I have, oh, it's just so many more points, so many more. That's to say, I'm happy to see the ley line alongside a building that I also want. So ley lines here. I guess we can get some cliff houses in beside that. I would like to save some of these water platforms for when I spawn a bunch of trees, but I don't think that's really going to happen. Not on this island anyways. The sand pits, I guess I can point some of them to the inside, like this. Okay, now I need to focus a little bit more on like actual scoring, which I can't really do with this seaweed farm setup, so I need to place more water platforms. Let's get some more around this island here. Brewing pack is great for points. Getting that second seaweed farm is also life-saving. Verdure is very nice as well. This is great to continue some more doubles, maybe even some triples back here if I'm lucky enough. I am lucky enough. Let's get some trees up here, just because it's hitting the ley line. Here we go. We could also get a lumberjack up here, I guess. Sure, why not? 4th seaweed field. Seaweed farm. there's fine. Lighthouse here is fine to capitalize on some points. I don't need to make it perfect. It's probably one of the worst seaweed farm placements, or seaweed field placements I've ever made. But we just have to run with it. Farming pack, which means I can now swap over here. Sure. With those pack, I can now start some of these along the corners. I guess I should have waited for my shamans until these guys were played, since shamans have a much bigger range than cliff houses, so they can pick up more cliff houses than cliff houses can like pick up shamans. I should play more of these cliff houses where my lighthouses are going to be, which I can stack those up in a bit. Let me just place some masons by brickyards. Verdure for... Hold on. Where do I want fish? I could spawn more flowers up here. Oh, I can place them on top of the shamans, and the shamans give them points. So like this, that works. Okay, and then I would like to place lighthouses here. Lighthouses, or cliff houses. I could get cliff houses to take 2 lighthouses at the same time. That could be worth it in points. Let's go there. Why not? Plateau is going to be worth a lot beside all of the masons. Cliff houses, I really want more of you guys. This is a very slow island compared to normal. Mason works over here. Kind of. I don't think I should be spending park real estate on that. More water platforms around the trees. This works. Warehouses, yeah, gonna be great down here. Anything else I can do before moving on? Nope, that's it. Okay. Don't care about a wisp. Don't care about cliff houses. Don't care about demolish. Don't care about adaptable. That is it. Oh, that was such a bad island. It was such a bad island. I think it was my seaweed farms that I played too early. It was the lighthouse that I played down below for not 40 points. It was the fact that I was focusing too much on sealed boons compared to just actually scoring to get through the level. I mean, I did get an extra sealed boon by the end for it, but I don't know if that's worth the time. We found a sauna. We take those. And Sacred Rocks as your 5th island, very, very good. Reason being, they're worth a lot of mid-game points. Island 5 is like the... I could say the quintessential mid-game island, but that doesn't really make sense. It's... How do I put this? If you're trying to play fast, Sacred Rocks gives you points like a statue would, but in 3 different locations. So that's really nice, but they eventually break, so you can't build like your entire city around it. But when they break, they give you 40 points. it's like an explosion of points early game, which allows you to have a lot more options in the mid game, and the like point drop off, like from not having a statue to play around, is only really felt by the time you're making like a really big mega structure around one of them, and you don't really end up doing that until you get all of the options that you want in the mid game, which is like when you're moving on to the next island in Island 5. So this is a great island to hit. Pretty flat, but we'll make it do. We'll make it do. It's a lot of vergers in one area. We're hoping for a lumberjack pack next. Nope, didn't find it. There it is. I'm not going to be placing another one down there. Just go there. Then we can hit some saunas on this guy eventually. Brewing pack. Hold on. Let me hit an early sauna. I know that that could be worth more points, but I do not care. I can have this brewery hit both of the statues or the sacred rocks. Can I have masons hit both of them? Cool. No, 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 not happening. Not happening. Bad of me to separate my masons out like this. I should bring them back out to the brickyard area out here. That's fine, because then I'm going to have a sand pit hit all of these brickyards, and it's going to recollect all those points, recoup them all. That's one of them broken. Okay, we've got some wheat fields for these guys over here. Okay, now I need to decide where my cliff houses are going. Let's go into... I've got 19 minutes. That means that I've got like 4 minutes to finish this island. With Sacred Rocks, I think that's doable. Cliff houses. I want them to be in a crevice somewhere so that I can get them to score off of each other. So this one is looking like a pretty prime location for them. And what I mean by that is I get to build on this one side here, which, hold on, let me get a lighthouse down first. There we go, much better. The shamans will be saved until afterwards. Let's crack open this guy here. Let's keep going on all of the lumberjacks in one area so that now I can play sawmills to get 49 points around them. Sure. And I'm just trying to open up these packs that I have a bunch of cliff houses so I can start spam placing them. Does that not fit? That doesn't fit. Okay, rough. That doesn't fit as well. That does. Does this? No. I should not be fiddling around this long with the cliff houses. That was a bad placement, but it's fine. See, so now these cliff houses are scoring off of the ones on a wall adjacent to them, or like behind them, basically. So I'm earning double the amount of points off of like cliff house to cliff house scoring. Two saunas. Okay, let's make them peg all those lumberjacks. That works. I can get mills down here to profit off of all the wheat fields, and yeah, crack open that statue. That's what I was looking for. I knew there was going to be another spot further down in that I could grab a bunch of points for. Circus would be great around all these cliff houses, but it's going to be a bit before I try placing it. I want to make sure that I'm fully stacked on cliff houses first. Can this guy fit anywhere? Right there. Okay, perfect. You here, I guess? Okay, that works. Now, shaman's in the middle. And then the circus up top. random verdures for fish, and then fishers. Warehouse can go down beside all the masons. Same with my plateau. Oh, there's only 2 over there, right. Hermitage can go beside the hop fields and the wheat fields. And then I should be out. I'm already out before the Hermitage. Okay, don't need a wall platform. Don't need a terrace. Sealed boon is nice to have for later. And, okay. Level up and score multiplier. I would prefer to have both of these in my final run, or in my Island 6, but I want a Blossom to be prepped for me. Is it worth it to hold out? I think so. I think having cliff houses under my belt, I can use them in lighthouses to get the amount of points that I need to get to Boon 1 and Boon 2. Boon 1 is going to be picking one of these. Boon 2 is hopefully going to be a Blossom. If it isn't there by Boon 3, it's a lost run. But I've lost so many runs to not getting Tropical right now that, like, I'm fine with losing that amount, especially with 16 minutes. I think I have enough time to pull off a level up inversion, especially with a monument into, Hopfield and Wheatfields like before. That one is very easy to invert. You don't need to do any weird, like, guild hall setups. You don't need to hold out all of your plant matter for a negative verdure, like verdure scoring off of all of the blossomed trees, or negatively scoring off of all the blossomed trees. What if I just rip level up right now? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip level up right now, and then I'm going to find Blossom, Score Malt, and the duplications that I need later. So to get those extra 9 points, let's place you here. That's not enough to get another boon. I think I'm fine with scoring enough to get to the next boon, because I just need to place a Hermitage here. Yeah? Hermitage there. Oh, it's not worth a lot because of all the rough. Okay, there we go. There's the boon. Oh, I don't need to increase area. That's what I was trying to take. Okay. I am glad that I did that now, because if I waited on those two, I wouldn't have found a Blossom on my next boon, so I would be gambling on finding it on my third one. It does suck to eat into my time that I have on this last island, though. I don't think I've picked up a mountain shrine yet. It's tropical, though. I have to take it. Last time, I didn't get enough points because I didn't have a mountain shrine to pair with, all of my blossomed area, but that was also because... Was I playing in a tropical area? I think I was. Well, we're gonna hope for the best. I'm not, re-rolling to try to find a better tropical area. It just hasn't happened for... God, okay. This... I don't know if I like this area that much. It's hard to get anything that would be like a mountain shrineable area above this, or a hermitage area that would be like played around all of the parks that I put up here. There's no statue that can be in a central location. I think if I were to place verdures anywhere, it's here. If I had mountain shrines, they would go up here. Wait, no, I do have mountain shrines. What am I thinking? What building don't I have? I have verdure, because I've been placing them. I have mountain shrines, because I had them last game, and you don't just get them naturally. I have saunas. Am I missing a build? I'm missing Fortune Teller. That's what I'm missing. Okay, so I don't have to do any Fortune Teller shenanigans, so I'm score multiplying my hermitages and my mountain shrines, which is kind of nice. My duplicates also go there, which means that once I get a wall platform, I can place one up top on this face right here. I can place a regular mountain shrine here. This will have space for 2. So I have space for 3 mountain shrines, and then I'll try fitting a hermitage, probably one right here, so that it's in the range of... Hold on, go into photo mode so that I don't accidentally lose some more time. So that I have all of the tree matter down here in range of the hermitage up here. I think it's looking like a pretty good run, actually. Like, I'm just having to focus on this area. There's nothing in the middle here that's going to ever make it worth it, because I'm not going to be able to get a mountain shrine up top. For early points, I do breweries down here, hop fields. Where is a good cliff house location? Because, like, I am going to place those around a lighthouse. I would like there to be, like, cliff sides beside each other to get that done. And I can't do it anywhere near where the Hermitage is going to be, so, like, this set of cliffs beside each other is not it. These guys, like, these two cliffs, way too far away. Same with these ones, and it's too close to where the Hermitage is going to be. Down here, too angled of an area to get cliff houses onto. I don't think there's any perfect location for cliff houses this time around. I mean, here, if anywhere, but then they're not scoring off of a lighthouse too much. Like, left side and right-hand side, I'm going to be placing them on. And they're not, like, directly opposing each other, but they're opposing each other enough to get points off of each other. I could do the easy thing, and no, they're not. Beside the statue is not going to work out. If I do place the cliff houses here, though, I have to recognize that my shamans aren't going to be as good because I can't get them down into. Well, maybe I can play them on this rock face down here, but it's unlikely. What else could I do? I don't think there is any good. Yeah, and the shamans aren't going to get much better. I mean, in this crevice. No, right. I don't want to score shamans on my cliff houses. Because my shamans need to go in my nature area to be able to get more nature interaction points. So I am just going to build cliff houses here. Okay, so brewery beside the statue. Oh, beside the statue here. Cliff houses in this crevice here. Whatever other buildings anywhere else. If I'm putting down wheat fields, they're going to be in this green space because I don't want them taking up any space for my trees over here. I would love to see a verdure first so that I can start planning around them, but I do also I have sealed boons to open. Right. Okay, let's get opening those. Score malt reroll. Oh. Why? You have to give me 8 rerolls in the last level? That means like that I have to grab Blossom and then something else afterwards to like try to make it worth it, but the something afterwards to make it worth it would be add verdure, you know? I mean, I could get more duplications, but more duplications don't exactly help me because I already have like all of my space for mountain shrines filled out. I guess I'll have I'll have so many wall platforms by the end, but like I have enough space for as many mountain shrines as I want to duplicate. They're not going to be perfect compared to everybody, but like they'll get a lot of points. So I can duplicate as many mountain shrines as I need to. I'll save... Do I save any duplications for hermitages? I think 2 is enough. I don't think I have the space for 3, or if I do, I'm going to be removing the space for all of the parks that I would want to place instead. If I had shrink building, which I don't have all the boons available to me, so I'm not going to do that. I could reroll for another level. No, I've already taken level up, so I'm not going to do that. So we're going to have 4 score molds, which is good. We're going to have both duplications, which is good. We're then going to be able to basically pick an extra boon after that. How many boons do I have on this? I think it's 5 on this island and then 2 post-game ones, so 7 total. I could maybe look for the... No, because again, if I were to look for the Adverture, that's like 4th in the chain. That's not happening. So it's score malt, it's 2 forms of duplications, maybe a 3rd or 4th duplication if I re-roll to get them. Hold on, Blossom, both duplications twice, so that's 5 boons. What last 2 boons am I going to take? Add statue would be good for all the nature interactions. What else? I can't take replace because I don't have fortune. Do I have fortune tellers? I don't think I have a fortune teller. Because I was thinking if I stack up on cliff houses, then I could replace into bigger fortune tellers, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'll see what the last boon is. It's probably not going to be as good as I want it to be, but what is it? 4 duplications for something like 6 mountain shrines, or I could just do more statues. Like if I get an add statue, I could then duplicate it to have 2 of them in the center. That could go pretty. That could be pretty well. That could work pretty well. Okay, I'm gonna unpause. I'm just gonna pick up the verdure in one of my first 2 packs, and I'm gonna place a bunch in here. Brickmaker, brewing. Oh my god, it's not in the first pack. What the hell? There it is. Okay. We're going to need to get a few more, though. There's 3, and I can start planning around that then. We're looking for 15-point scorers. This one is going to be scoring -25. I'm looking for -10 here as the best. Sure. Good enough. $14's good enough. Okay, I've got 3 seaweed farms. I've got 3 seaweed farms. Let's figure out where to put them. We go into photo mode. This rock is the best candidate so far. This one could work. If that rock was placeable, I'd do it. I think out here is fine. Oh yeah, this is great. It's a lot of lumberjacks. Oh, sand pits, man. I'm spending too long on this. Okay, I don't have cliff houses yet. I will soon. I don't have enough fields to place them yet. We're going for seaweed fields wherever they fit. Cliff houses, and a lot of them. I could look for a lighthouse in an area and then get my cliff houses down. This works. This works. Okay, cliff houses. Launch. Come on. Come on, just fit. That works better. Shamans have to be saved. We've got another cliff house. Three more fields to make it to the next round. More cliff houses to continue scoring. Okay. Where would I want to put masons? I could put masons up where I'm putting all of my wheat fields. But I've already started placing my wheat fields, and I want to place wheat fields on top of the plateau to be able to get the extra scoring. I guess I could place them beside. No, I'm placing masons by the brickyard, so it's along this wall, and then plateaus are going on the water here. Good enough. Show me a blossom. Right, it's... Okay, okay. We take the bargain because it's the better option of the two. I just need the points now, so I'm going to cash them in early there. It's fine to stack these two breweries beside each other. What am I doing for points? That's a boon. Please be a blossom. Please be a blossom. Okay. Okay. We've got more vouchers. But I think the blossom is somewhere randomly in the pack now because I see a score malt and wait, have I not taken score malt yet? I don't think I've taken score malt yet. Oh no. So that means that there's a score malt, there's a bargain, and there's a blossom down beneath this thing. I'm gonna need to play so fast. 12 minutes. 12 minutes is a lot of time. What can I play for points? A new seaweed farm out here. Like this, I guess. More seaweed fields. Sauna, we've got to wait for. Brewery, I guess we've got cliff houses to play. Okay, so I'm about halfway there to get to the next boon. The next boon, I almost want to re-roll through until I find the blossom. I don't want to keep waiting on it. Works. Another brewery, we can place this one on the other side. Mason, I guess over there is fine. It's whatever. What do I want to do for fishers? Do I have any place to play them? Out here? I guess in here is better, because it's also beside a lighthouse. Sure, I'll just get a tower down to get some points now. I need to start scoring some amount of points. I don't want to use a sauna. I don't want to use... What do I want to use for points? Okay. I've got a tavern. I guess I could play the verdures. Actually score with them. That works. That works. That works. I don't like it, but it works. Okay. Lumberjacks are going to negatively score parks and hermitages and mountain shrines, but I don't care because I need the points now, and they're not going to get any better. Please be a blossom. Please be a blossom. Please. Because I need to take score malt. I actually can't wait because I'm at 10 minutes. There's no way that I continue getting enough points while all of my draw is put into my higher end buildings. Like I want to explode in points now so that I have options available. I have to reroll past the score malt. It's good that I picked up the score malt on something else. There's the blossom. Okay. And I've already taken Neighborly, so now we're out of the pack. So if I would have taken that score malt, the next one would have been a blossom. It sucks that we actually bottom deck the blossom, but it is what it is. Now we just look for the best blossom in here, and we start playing our hermitages? I'm not sure what we do, but... $104, that's great. Wait to see what our options are. I don't feel comfortable slapping parks down there yet because I am going to be destroying a lot of these trees as I do so. So, shamans. They're not getting any better. And there's the mountain shrine. And there's the hermitage. Okay, we're just about there on points. I am fine to delete some of these guys for hermitage space, I think. Kind of want to get one more shaman before that happens. There's another verdure. Okay, let's see what this boon is. I'll take a duplicate, yep. Okay. What's next? I'm not looking to duplicate shamans. I would rather duplicate a hermitage or a mountain shrine. I don't want to duplicate... I don't want to place... Okay. I've got a bargain, right? Yeah, which means that I could use the bargain on a mountain shrine that I've already placed and then spend all my duplicates on it. So I don't need to worry about like when or where I'm duplicating. So that means I place a wall platform down and a mountain shrine, even though the mountain shrine could scale off of like huts or parks or whatever. I need as many nature interactions as I can, and I'm going to be deleting trees pretty soon here. So we go back, we wall platform here. We then mountain shrine on top of it. Here. Saving enough space for another one. This mountain shrine might be one of the most like high-scoring buildings, so I'm going to use a score multiplier on it. We'll save a score multiplier for another one in the future. Maybe a hermitage or something is better, but breathe. Breathe. We've got space for 3 more mountain shrines at minimum. And I think I only have 2 duplications in my back pocket. What is going to earn me the most points? If I've got 2 duplications, and I'm going to be drawing a mountain shrine or 2 if I'm lucky, naturally, that means that I could have... I've got a bargain and a duplicate. I don't think I took... I don't want to check my boons. I think that I only have 2 of them. Which then means that I play 4 mountain shrines total max. So score mult would be better than taking another duplicate. No, because score mult increases the amount of points that I get, but what is it? Adding another building means that I get more nature interactions overall, and I will draw enough wall platforms to place as many of these as possible. If I'm re-rolling for a boon, I'm re-rolling for duplicate. Duplicate earns me an extra... These guys were worth 300 points. Yeah, around 300 points, maybe a little bit less than that, off of the nature interactions. Each of these trees that they're scoring on, let's say, what was it? Blossom was worth 100 points. It's 2 per tree, that's 50. Say it's around like 70 nature interactions down there because of the flowers. That means that these are worth an extra 140 points after the fact. So they're actually worth, let's say, around 400, 450 for the sake of argument. Is a level up going to be better than that? Because my... Let me pan over to it. Because my hop fields and my wheat fields are separated from each other because I didn't get a statue that's on grass, I cannot get a monument in between them unless I put a plateau down, and then even then I might be out of the range of some of them. So inverting a monument, not going to be that great. I could try placing a bunch of duplicate buildings up here to invert a guild hall, because I do have guild halls, but I don't think that's going to be worth more points than 500. The guild hall could be worth negative. It's too much to have to manage to do a guild hall inversion when I'm trying to place down as many buildings as quickly as I can. So I am just going to take another duplicate. I've got 1 more boon, 2 more boons waiting for me. I think 2 more boons waiting for me. Maybe. Let me double check real quick. I've got 1 more boon waiting for me, and I need to open up all my packs now, otherwise I'm drawing less buildings. 1 more pack waiting for me, plus 2 post-game, which means that I have 3 boons to choose. Again, I said that it was duplications are worth the most. What else? 6 cliff houses is not going to be it. Replacing is not going to be it. I've played too many of my buildings eclectically at this point. Statue. We're going to look for an ad statue, given the opportunity. Okay. We've got 2 hermitages. I kind of want to play them now, but that's a bad idea. We do get another boon. Let's see what that boon is. Reroll. Add statue. Perfect. This is actually perfect. Okay, now I have to consider, do I duplicate this thing? It's worth 140 points if I put it in the middle. It's... I duplicate mountain shrines instead. It's a great pickup, but it's not one that we want to duplicate. Can this go here? No, it can only go here. Okay, let's make sure that a hermitage can still go down. Nice. That's a lot of space left over, yeah. I'm fine to lock in that mountain shrine up there. I don't care if it's too close to the edge or anything like that. I don't have the time to worry about it. You've never seen a dilly dally take this long. I can't base it off of the amount of recording that I've done so far either, because I played some runs before this, but this is supposed to be a 30-minute challenge, quick in and out. I will find a way to slow it down. Okay. Next on the docket, I could bargain... I can't bargain duplicate these guys yet because I still need to take my last 2 boons and I don't want to be reduced to just 1 choice. But after I bargain duplicate these guys, then I can place the hermitages for points and then I can place down a bunch of parks. So we're looking to play other buildings while we get to that point. I'm going to flip back over to cliff houses over here. Cliff houses are back here. This is such a good spot for a lighthouse, by the way. That's both of the boons. Okay, we don't need either of these. Level up or replace. Okay. It's just like, these are goated boons. These are the best boons, and I'm probably gonna skip past both of them. How many buildings do I have total? 24 parks is the most. Yeah, no. Because parks are my highest building right now, it's not worth it to replace my parks into other buildings because I want my parks to place. So replace is not happening. Level up, there are better out there, and I can re-roll to find them. No, no, I can't. No, I can't. I'm gonna look for one more. Not another advertiser. Bargain. Perfect. Okay. Now we bargain, duplicate into our mountain shrines. We place our wall platform. We play all of our mountain shrines, hermitages, parks. That's the line. Bargain here. Duplicate. Bargain. Where's the wall platforms again? I think I messed up, and I'm not going to be able to get this mountain shrine to be worth a lot of points. That's worth a lot of points. Okay. Okay. 5 mountain shrines? 5 of them? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to be world record. Hermitage is next. Where are they in the bar? Here. They're only worth 212 points. They're only going to get worse. So, like, I should have, score malted one of these. I don't need to go back and try, like, making it worth my while. Let's use a score malt on one of these guys. That's deleting too many trees. We go right there, and now we just start placing a bunch of parks. For those of you that don't know what I'm doing right now, I am pressing or unpausing real quick and then opening up the building pack, just because if you make it to the end of a score loop, while you have unopened packs, if you wait until after it passes, like the needle passes the top, you get the reduced draw. If you open it beforehand, you don't get the reduced draw. So I'm drawing more buildings by doing this and not letting the like timer tick down. I could place and undo a building and that will like instantly finish it, which is quick, but it's not getting me the most buildings in all of the scenarios. Like, yeah, in all scenarios. And again, I need time to breathe. Okay, so parks down here, parks up. We're just gonna work parks up from the bottom to the top, which are here. We're not gonna do that yet, actually. We are going to use lumberjacks. We're going to use saunas. Lumberjacks are here. Lumberjacks should all be kept to the bottom side so that I don't, like, reduce too many of my parks scoring. From up top. Okay, so that's all of them. And then saunas are... Where are they? Come on, come on. I've only got one? That's tragic. That works. Okay, now it's time for parks. More parks. Good enough. 5 minutes left. Okay, what do I spend the most time doing? Wheat fields here, for sure. Hop fields next. Vergier I can just place anywhere. Okay, fountains could be scoring a lot off of parks, but I don't have the space for them. Where are my hop fields? I don't have any hop fields? I don't have any hop fields. Crazy. Ladder walls. Come on. Two more wall platforms. I guess I could just place them out here. Maybe get mansions scoring a lot off of these guys. Probably hasn't been worth it so far. Okay, I've got 2 monuments. Let's try putting them down beside all my parks. Good enough. Wish it could fit there. Good enough. Tower beside all these guys might be worth more. It is. Tavern beside all of these guys. Beside the breweries? Beside the breweries and a few of them. Oh, that's great. Okay, 3 minutes. New wall to ladder. And then cliff houses to place. I wish I could fit these 1 blocks in a bit tighter. That works. That's a crazy cliff house to hit, by the way. This one, there was some space down here last time I remember. Okay. That's perfect. Can we get a circus in a weird spot over here? If I had adaptable, I could put a water platform over here, and then I could fit the circus on top of it. We've got 2 minutes left to place, like, the rest of our buildings. I've got a bunch of huts. Huts could be placed where? By all the shamans will get them points. They don't want to be beside any masons, and there's no masons over there. I think they also score slightly off the mountain shrines. And a sauna. Yeah, they go over there. They actually go over here. Wild. This is also where I'm going to be placing more cliff houses if I get any of them. Which I don't think I am, but... Fish kite can't really go anywhere. I do still have a level up. Forgot about, like, trying to invert something. I guess this would be where I invert. Or, that's a lot of cliff houses. Can I... That works. Okay. Should have saved the score mult for this, but say levy. This isn't worth it to place. I don't know why I'm trying to. Okay, I need some time to Guildhall invert, and I don't think I have the score to get another 200 points, so we'll just do it now. So we place a Guildhall here for minus 230. We level up, we undo. As soon as I did that, I realized that I had an increased area, and I hadn't used it. What? I must have got it from Sealed Boon. That's why I wasn't thinking of, like, using it. What building could we use an increased area on? Maybe a Guildhall to take things. A fountain, I guess? Fine, let's use it on a fountain. Can it fit in there? No. It's not worth it to spend this time on it. I should just be spending these guys for... I just need to place down buildings now to get the percentage scoring. I don't know if it's worth it to play markets at -20, so I play them if they fit over here. That doesn't fit. Okay, we're not going to worry about placing it then. You know what? Good enough. Wow, and I actually run out of buildings on this one. I'm fine with that. Let me just see what this island looks like. But it's so messy. It's so messy. What are these seaweed fields doing out here? I really hope it's not like a 30-point difference, but there's no way that it is. Not with that many mountain shrines. I feel like the blossom could have been bigger, even though I got the Advergere on a tropical island. I feel like it was small. I don't know why that is. Like, when I had the one fantasy run before where I got the 39k, but it didn't actually show, I think I hit like a 116 blossom on that level, and that one isn't where you've got trees that are nice and tightly packed, and I guess I did get an Advergere before it too. And it is fantasy, so it was giving me more verdures than usual, and I just wasn't, like, internalizing that fact. Maybe there's merit to, like, ending a run on fantasy as well, then, if you're playing for this many verdures just because you get more verdures naturally. I guess there's two options to take at the end, and I wasn't considering them, but... Man, the island is so much more spacious than what I'm used to. I mean, except for this. Cliff houses and lighthouses are such a wild combo now. Yeah, playing one of these at the end for 50 points, and it's not even taking the majority of the cliff houses on this side, at least I think. Insanity. Okay. Last thing to do. We go to the next island, we place some amount of buildings there. We had about 10,000 going into this, 7,700 points, and 1,100 points from nature interactions. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be hard to beat. Yep. And we had some rerolls left too. Okay, I just need to place some amount of buildings. Let's go to the next pack. Why not? Oof, second? Oh, right, because the cheated score at the top end. Yahoo! That's one, baby. I mean, I think I've got a couple others elsewhere. I know that Temple Trouble hasn't been hit for a while, but... Okay, this makes me excited to do the rest of them. That felt so much more attainable than the last time I was here. It's just because I binked a good tropical island at the end. That's all... That's all a short journey is going to be, as well as hoping for a good island too with all of the boons that I need. It's just running it back over and over and over again. Alright, well, it's been fun. I'll see you guys for whatever challenge I decide to do next.